was probably the most exciting moment of my entire morning. Not really. So what we got here is a little bit of a glitch that happened. That's okay. It sort of happens. What actually ended up occurring was that I actually had to reboot the microphone in my system here. It had for another microphone problem. It was working before I started live, and then it decided to say, no, I don't want to work. Okay. So what we're actually doing today is going to talk a little bit about two new things that are going on right now. Something very important, as you can see up in the corner, there is the American Environmental Balloon Alliance, the ABBAusa.org. ABBAusa.org. That is the new website for ABBA's Facebook page. Also, very awesome information regarding this. This is going to be the counter action against the fight for balloons. This is going to be something that will go after balloons blow. It'll go after any false information regarding balloons, and will give you the facts. There'll be other things coming on. There'll be blogs. There will be a newsletter you can sign up for, and it is all there for you and your convenience to look at. It is also something that is really great to have, because this is open to the public to take a look at. This will give you an actual website link to show people. So when people talk about balloons and things that you want to express, there's the ABBA Facebook page, but of course they need an open resource, and this ABBA website is what's going to provide you with that open resource. This is something that's vital and heavily important to you guys. And I believe in this system, and I believe in you guys. Some of the things that we need to talk about also is Let's Talk Balloons. Now, that was a push during the holidays to try to get funding for Let's Talk Balloons. That was probably the most unideal time ever. But it's got to happen. As you notice, you're starting to see things in the balloon forums of people striving to come up with answers to these questions that are now starting to happen from your own customers, or from people who you are trying to reach out to get business. And they are telling you to do something different. How dare you be so not environmentally sound? And you actually are. I have posted repeatedly about a few things regarding that. I am backing off on that, and I'm going directly into balloon. Let's Talk Balloons. Let's Talk Balloons is going to bounce off of B.E.N.N and Let's Talk Balloons. The documentary is separate from B.E.N.N, but the information and news is combined together. The awesome thing about Let's Talk Balloons is that it is open to a different resource system, and basically I'm just gonna shove it. It's gonna get placed out there in video form, because I'm not one to dress up and look totally pretty. So I am one to just mix it up and do it. So I'm going to be reaching out into a different aspect of this vibe. There was a lot of people asking about Let's Talk Balloons, but nobody really wanted to contribute to it. It actually frustrated me quite a bit regarding that. But it's okay. You know, I can understand people's wariness and everything regarding that. I'm not going to stop. This is going to keep moving forward, and I do have my supporters and my team of people who have the information for me. Every step that I take is going to take a little bit longer, as progress is done a little bit slower. But, you know, I got it. So ABBA is on its way to making sure that you guys have a direct link to send your customers Let's Talk Balloons will be showing more of the video forum of things, because I know that a lot of people in the world now prefer to watch some type of informative video. So that is going to be combined in the Let's Talk Balloons YouTube channel that has also launched. The combination of a lot of this is co-working with several people in ABA for Let's Talk Balloons. I wanted to make sure that when I do a video that has some stats and reports and information, that is an accurate stat and report. This gives us heavily credibility. And that is what is part of trying to make sure that when you actually present any of this to anyone, if you're going to actually talk to anyone regarding balloons and you want to give them the facts, ABA's website is going to have that. It is going to show it. It's going to show you the information that is factual truth, and the blog's information regarding that. And that's vital. I do hope you guys understand that. It's something that gives you a great resource, and it gives more credibility to your information because it's on a website. The website is going to provide you that boom to that person. You just tell them, go to abausa.org, and boom, it's going to be there. Now, the hardest part is when you're trying to get something linked, and of course Google search will always go after the most highest searched engine, the search engine thing. I'm not heavily knowledgeable about that. I just know that if it's searched a lot and what is clicked on the most, we'll get that. So you do know that there's over 30,000 of you guys out there. I only have 400 on my B.E.N.N site, but you guys know other people, and you guys know the forums. Do you want to be able to provide this information on a search engine click? You do need to search engine click. The coolest thing about the people that are running the website is they also have their keywords entered in. So a lot of keywords will pop up ABA for now. I do hope that you guys really like or understand what is going on. It is a bit frustrating. It can be a bit overwhelming, but you just take one step at a time. The cool thing about taking one step at a time is that it's just you being positive about your job. It's you being positive about the information when you express it to your customers and people around you. It is you being informed yourself, which helps give you confidence in being able to tell other people about balloons and what they really are. And also, it's important for you to understand where you need to lead them to help them get that correct information. ABA has provided that resource for you, again, with abausa.org. abausa.org. That is going to give you the best knockout resource for any customer to take a look at. The awesome thing about all of this is it's there. It's finally out. And it's been a long, hard push for ABA. ABA has been doing so much, and they have been providing information to everyone. And if you also want to join the Facebook group, go to ABA on Facebook. I put the website down, but I didn't put the link to ABA. That is my bad. But the ABA website is American Environmental Balloon Alliance. So if you put American Environmental Balloon Alliance, do that. What I'm going to do right now, actually, since I am right here and I am such a dork, I am going to hit share. I am going to copy. Then I'm going to head back over to this live chat, and I'm going to put it in Ben. I'm going to put it in the live chat. Hopefully it's there. Where's my live chat? There you are. Okay, I'm going to go into the live chat. And I am going to go ahead and do a paste of that. So there is, here is the Facebook group. Okay, so there is the ABA Facebook group on the chat forum, so that way you guys can take a look at that. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to head down to, we're going to go here. All right. Okay, so I kind of needed to get the ABA thing out, but there are links in the topics. There are links in all of that. And let's get out of, I need to get out of that. Okay, I just needed to get out of the studio mode. That was starting to drive me a little nuts. Okay, I was just double checking. It says the volume was, but I couldn't hear. I usually have my iPad running just enough to be able to have me hear things. So I was panicking a little bit that I went through all this and nobody was going to be able to hear anything. So the cool thing about all of this is ABA's ready and willing and up and going, being able to provide you that information that is very vital for all of you guys to be able to look at and help your customers have a resource to look at. And this is great. This is just, I'm overwhelmed, excited, and thrilled for all of that to happen for ABA. Now, the Let's Talk Balloons YouTube channel at this stage right now has four informative videos. One is definitely just the plain 31-minute Malibu clip cut, but without the live from Ben. So it's just the 31-minute clip that I edited to put in with Ben for you guys to watch when we did the live about the Malibu. That one in Ben did very well. It spread a lot of news out. A lot of people shared it. Had over 1,000 views off of Ben. Now, Let's Talk Balloons. It's just in there. It's 31 minutes. It's not pretty much of a hot shot video. It's just a clip. And it is 31 minutes of what Malibu went through. I think it's highly important to watch this. If you have not watched it, please click on the Let's Talk Balloons YouTube channel and watch it. Or scroll down to the live. It's a lot longer, but you can zip over to the direct 31 minutes and 43-second clip. Now, the important thing about this is that it gives you an understanding of where these council members are coming from on the information that they are being given. Now, the understanding of this, and you understand this is kind of more for your educational purposes. If you take the time to watch it or go through that, you're going to understand how these council members are reacting to the Balloons Below website and information, which is bombarding a lot of things. But at the same time, as you understand that with the information that the balloon twisters and the advocates for balloons that came to the Malibu was able to actually get these council members to rethink just by informing them and educating them. It really did not take very long. It took a while because everyone stood up and voiced their advocacy for balloons. But at the same time, at the end of the whole thing, they didn't pass the bill because they knew that there was more information out there than was actually being given to them by the one council member who wished to try to get balloons banned because he is an advocate for balloons below and things environmental. And what he was misinformed in the environmental side of it, in the environment side of this, is that it made him a little upset. At the same time, you could also see a light click in his head that there is actually more information out there. So if you take the time to understand their side of the information that they're getting and how they're getting it and how they respond, helps you provide you the ability to communicate with people who have seen just the one-sided thing, and how you can present yourself in a very appropriate way to be able to give other people information about balloons in a very appropriate way and with confidence. And that is the key thing about this whole thing, is being able to be confident. So, Let's Talk Balloons will give you some resource videos regarding balloons and talking about balloons, and it's going to be doing some more advocate type videos that are a little bit more teenage friendly, I guess. I don't know how to put it. There's these things my son shows me, and so I am trying to do something similar to that by creating a video that has some pizzazz to it and informational knowledge at the same time. In the other processes for Balloon Entertainment Network news, we are in a bit of the beginning of January. Now, January is, I think, is what we would call the kickstart of the whole thing. January is like the kickstart of the new year, along with the kickstart of conventions. Florida Super Jam is getting ready to launch on the 9th of January, which is tomorrow. So a lot of people are coming in today and in Florida, and Cherie Rosner is there greeting them and going to be able to provide them with some of the best, awesome things going on. So, I am really excited for Florida Super Jam. I'm really sad I can't make it. There's very few events I'm able to make to, but that has to do with personal commitments and things. Nicole Rogers is going to be there. Natalie, Miss Balloon Universe, is going to be there. Holly George is going to be there. And so is Grandma V. These are 4 of some of the favorite people I love to chat with, and I talk to, and I get to visit with when I go down to Bling Bling Jam. Now, the cool thing about Florida Super Jam this year is they've got I love their new title, which is called Sail Away. I so wanted to be there for it because my ideal thing on that was to make something really cool out of balloons. Of course, you know, dab a little bit here and dab a little bit there on the balloon thing and give it that awesome thing. But I hope somebody makes a sailfish. Okay, if somebody makes a sailfish in Florida Super Jam, take a picture, because that's what I would have done, because I love the sailfish, plus it's Florida, and everything like that. Now, what's, again, like I said, January is the Kickstarter of conventions. This is probably the most exciting month of Balloon Twisters' lives. In the next month and part of February, you're going to be bombarded with nothing but conventions. Of course, the Kickstarter is Florida Super Jam, and I believe the next one after that is heaven forbid. The next one after that is Float, and then Twist and Shout, and then Kidvention. Or did I get that route wrong? I'm going to look up Kidvention again. Kidvention. Okay. Oh, doing that. No, that doesn't help if I type in group. I mean, in Ben group. There we go. Here we go. Capital Kidvention. And Capital Kidvention, oh wow. Okay, so I did write it down correctly, and I was just second guessing myself. Okay, so Kidvention, so it's Florida Super Jam. Okay, Florida Super Jam kicks off, then literally Kidvention starts at pretty much the closest to Float, like literally follows right after that. And then Twist and Shout is connected onto Float. So these guys literally bunched them all together this year so tightly that there are people that are scrambling to get from one end to the other. So what's funny is what Float's doing is Float has a great Float bus that they're doing that's heading up to Twist and Shout, because Float is in St. Louis this year, and then a Twist and Shout is in Chicago. So people that are going to Float will be taking a bus from Float and heading straight up to Twist and Shout. And then, of course, Kidvention, you have a little bit of a break after, because after Florida Super Jam, you've got the 9th through the 12th. Then you've got a little bit of a break, and then Kidvention starts up on the 25th through the 27th. And then seriously, if you were going from Kidvention to Float, it's literally fly down to St. Louis from DC, and you're in Float. Now, if you I want to talk to the person that actually does this. If somebody actually did this, so somebody going to Kidvention, and is at Kidvention, and then flies over to Float, and then takes the bus to Twist and Shout, and then flies out of Chicago and goes home. Or maybe they live in Chicago, who knows. But that is probably, would be the wildest trip ever this year, is you hit 3 conventions all within literally a week. I mean, the 25th through the 27th, and then Float is what? Float is what? Float is, let's take a look at where Float is. Float, where are you? FLO. Okay. And, oh yeah, okay, so the 25th through the 27th is Kid Convention. The 27th through the 31st is Float. And I believe Twist and Shout is the 30th through the 1st. Wow. I'm going to double check Twist and Shout. Oh, man. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold if you haven't figured that one out yet, right? Yeah, so like the 30th through the 1st, it's a 3-day convention, so, you know, maybe the 2nd, everyone could go home on the 2nd. But you're seriously looking at probably one of the tightest schedules ever. Depending on how you do it, you either leave the day of the 27th of Kidvention and arrive late for Float's opening ceremonies and stuff. And then you're only there for a couple days, and you would leave on the 30th, because Float ends on the 31st. And then you leave on the 30th on the bus, if you're going to do the Float to Twist and Shout bus. Then you take the bus on the 30th and drive up to Twist and Shout in Chicago, which also means that you would still lose the day opening of Twist and Shout. But I'm looking at this schedule. I'm looking at this schedule, and literally it makes me want to do it. It makes me want to put a backpack on, shove everything in a backpack so it's all carry-on, so I'm not worried about things being put in the plane down below, and get on board and fly to DC on the 25th, or get there a little early, actually, since that would be the one opening ceremony you could be there for. So get there on the 24th, and then hang out at Kid Convention, and then take a flight to St. Louis, or rent a car. I don't know. And drive to St. Louis. I don't know if I'd do that. And anyways, then you get down to St. Louis somehow. You either fly or drive or whatever. I would think flying would be better. So flying to St. Louis. Then after that, you take the bus and have a party bus. I mean, come on, it's the party bus. So then you take the party bus from Float to Twist and Shout up to Chicago. You're chatting with a whole bunch of other balloon twisters, having a blast, and then you just fly home from Chicago. I see no problem there. I see absolutely no problem. I think it would be the blast. I think it would be one of the coolest things that you could do that would bring some great wow factor to your life, is to do that scheduled. I mean, those of you who are doing that schedule, I want to hear the story, because this would be wild and crazy. Wild and crazy balloon twisters. Anyways, again, so January is like the Kickstarter, and everything begins. It's the beginning of the new year. It's the beginning of all the conventions starting, and then conventions go on throughout the whole year. It's not just these great, fabulous ones during the January time, but there are others later on in the year. There's some face painting conventions. There's magic conventions. There's a combination of entertainment conventions and things like that. I know there's a lot of things that go on. The little conventions here and there in some of the cities that, basically up in Chicago area too. But don't forget about your local jams. The local jams with your local jam people. It's going to be great. And then later on in the year, there's also Fave, which I hear this last year did really well. They moved to a different location. They renamed their brand. They call them. It's called Fave now. Favorite, Fave. A lot of great balloon artists have been there, and a lot of great clowns have been there, and it's been a family generation of clowns that have literally grown. I mean, the adults now that go there used to be the kids being taken by their parents. It's a very kid-friendly convention, and that is really awesome, because it caters not just to the adults and their adult clowning and more advanced. They help cater to the kids, and the kids learning how to become entertainers, and I think that's pretty cool. So I know a lot of great balloon twisters that go there. Grandma V, of course, is one of my favorites, and she goes there every year. My mentor actually used to go there several years, things have he's gotten a little slower, and so he hasn't been able to travel down there to do that. But I know the Butte family, but my local John Butte, Sammy T. Butte, and Carol Butte, they all go down there. And Kyle Freeman, he used to go. He used to be going down there and everything like that. I know he's been taking a break from the entertainment side of life, and that's great. There's been a lot of great things going on down in that area. Shan Ingleby also goes. He's another local here in Utah. He's another local twister that's been going down there for years. And Emily Smith, who we featured on Balloon Entertainment Network News, she goes down there too. And it's been one of those great conventions that really seriously has some great people down there. And it's not just balloons. There is face painting, and there is, I believe, magic too, and clowning, of course. I think Cricket Corner sometimes shows up down there. I don't want to say Cricket Corner is there every year. I just know that Cricket Corner is there, or has been there. Ron Fowler, I hear, is going to be at Twist and Shout with some great new Aloha stuff. Ron has worked really hard in getting a lot of his things up, and I'm really excited to one day see him again and actually meet him again. Great guy. And I know Ken Shoots has his stuff up. So, you know, this year, beginning of everything with 2019. Don't forget, and let's kind of step back onto that one. Don't forget that AEBA, so AEBAUSA.org is your new website link to help your customers become more aware of the awesome things regarding balloons and the actual facts. So I am now have to sit this way because I got this up. That's why I wanted to delete that out for a minute. I really did not think this through when I set this pattern up this morning. Okay. But anyways, I also want to say thank you to my sponsors, Badda Boom Stickers. Oh my gosh, Badda Boom Stickers is one of the fabulous things and easiest ways to make your life simple. You know, it's okay to use markers, it's okay to use your marker pens and everything like that, but if you really want to put some wow to your balloons, use the Badda Boom Stickers at BaddaBoomStickers.com. Also, the other sponsor is AllAmericanBalloons.net. All American Balloons provides you with all your ballooning needs, and that is great for everyone. And they also have the environmental consciousness. So they have the environmental recycling balloons. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Okay. And they also have environmentally friendly glitter for your glittering needs for face painters. They also have environmentally sound balloon sticks that decompose. So All American Balloons is becoming the grand awesomeness of being environmentally sound company, at the same time providing all the balloon people with their great ballooning needs. So don't forget to take a look at the sponsors for Balloon Entertainment Network News, and also don't forget to check out that new website from AEBA, and the links are down below in the comments here and also in the statement before I started up on the live. Thanks for being here, and don't forget to take a look at Let's Talk Balloons brand new YouTube channel. Please take a look at the videos. Please leave comments and suggestions. I am one person. My brain sometimes only goes in one direction of thinking. So if you guys have any suggestions on how to make something a little bit more popular or anything like that, just give me a shout out. I'm willing to take critiques. All right. So thanks again for being a part of Balloon Entertainment Network News. I do hope you guys have a wonderful day. And as I always say to everyone, no matter what signing off mode I am in, but practice, practice, and practice, because that's what's going to make you guys great entertainers. Bye-bye.